Hey, this is Jason Vaughn from Power Rangers Time Force, and you're listening to Ranger Recap at RVT Entertainment.
'Cause I am the one you should fear the most. 'Cause I am the one who will take you down. And as long as I exist, there's hope for the world. Hope for the world. Hope for the world. Hope for the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ranger Recap, the only Power Rangers podcast that dares ask the question, are we entering a zone of danger? Hey, if I didn't do it, somebody else was going to. Hell, half the chat's already done it.
Yep.
Sadly, very true.
Yeah, anyway, I'm the Shades. That's Matty Jay, and of course, over there, cocking up a lung over there is ZZ Rider, which is why I'm doing the intro today.
Thank you.
No problem, dude. Hey, that's what friends are for. Of course, Guts in the chat. Shades, we are always entering it. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All I'm gonna say is Lana.
What?
Danger zone.
We don't really have news per se here tonight, but we do have a couple things we do need to go over. First, let's get the bullshit out of the way, because I know most of you have heard about the story. In fact, most of you were talking about it on the Discord server before the show. Yeah, Toys R Us is going bye-bye.
At least in the States. For those living in Canada, it's still, they say that that operation is as normal with all the things. If you got gift cards, they'll still accept them. That business. But if you ask me, the fact that the main country is shutting down all the stores, I'm not as confident as the other guy. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty safe to say that it's only a matter of time before Canada gets shut down too. But for right now, yeah, in the U.S., almost pretty much all of their stores are getting liquidated and shut down. Honestly, from what I've heard, from the stories I've heard, and from the way they run, honestly, this was only a matter of time. I mean, you could only rely on exclusives for so long to carry your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, and JC, yeah, I remember I Instagrammed that shit, my friend. Yeah, when HB closed down, kind of the same similar vein in a sense. And we've got stores like called Sunrise Records. It's not the same. Let's put it this way. They would have sold, quick example. I picked up my box set, or like the half box set for Sailor Moon S for around $60. Would have been going around $70. Same box set would have costed $90 at Sunrise Records. Yeah, I'm not going there anymore, but yeah, kind of the same vein. That was a weird tangent. I apologize.
It's all right, dude. It's all right. But, and Troy, I honestly don't know. Like, I think that's the $1 million question here is, what does Bandai do now? Or what more, I think now the better question is, what does Hasbro do? What do Bandai and Hasbro do now that they are not going to have Toys R Us as their main retailer?
Also, did we forget that they are sponsoring a certain convention me and Maddie are going to in a couple of months?
Yeah, that thing in August there. That thing in August. Whoops.
Yeah. Looks like Scott's gonna have to find himself a new sponsor.
Or Saban is. They're footing the bill.
That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But
Hell, Hasbro could pony up the money for it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Nice.
one other thing we got to bring up: Renegade Games apparently has now picked up the rights to do tabletop games for Power Rangers. Now, before any of you guys go throwing off any wild theories, Mildra actually discussed this with us the other day and brought up a very good point. Renegade Games does not do tabletop RPGs very often. They mainly do board games and card games. So before you guys get too excited, that's probably what we're going to be getting out of this. Now, that could still be fun. We could still do something with it, but don't get too excited about thinking we're going to be doing something for the for minis in the future.
At least not yet. The monk must approve first, obviously.
Of course.
If you're gonna do anything, make a Hyperforce home game.
I think that's what most of us kind of were picturing in our heads the minute this was announced. But that we don't know yet. We don't know what Renegade's going to do yet. But last little mini story on the lineup is, for once we don't have to say a hashtag FTN because Nick actually did something good for a change. I know, shocking.
Yeah.
Pause for laughter.
And you're gonna laugh, but I'm not, because I'm applauding Nickelodeon for this.
Yeah.
See, you know the whole thing. You could explain this better than I do.
Thank you, Matty. I appreciate that. But yeah, most of you have probably heard about the walkouts that happened the other day, yesterday, due to the Parkland shooting and everything like that. Well, Nickelodeon actually decided that in support of the walkout, they were going to go off the air for 17 minutes. Basically 1 minute for every student that was shot in Parkland. And unlike something like the Worldwide Day of Play, which we all agree is quite frankly stupid, this was done as a sign of solidarity to say we stand with the students.
We stand with what we are, with our main demographic, which is children.
Yeah. And I think...
And I could see some of you going with a sarcastic text, and it's like, don't.
No.
This is one of those things. I'm applauding Nickelodeon because not very many people are standing beside the children other than the parents and the teachers.
And even some of the teachers aren't standing with them if you've seen some of the stories.
I've seen some of the videos. Guy with a knife gets a light test slap and then someone else gets suspended. I saw that tweet. I call bullshit on that too. But that's another story for another day, obviously.
Basically,
we're praising the Nick channel.
Yeah, we're praising the Nick channel. If you really want to know what's going on with the Parkland shooting, I recommend go watching Philip DeFranco. Honestly, he's one of my favorite YouTubers, and he's explained everything that's been going on very well. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Nickelodeon doing something smart. So, again, it's not going to completely redeem the channel. It's not going to make them the greatest channel ever. But hey, we're not going to bash them without giving them the credit they're due. We're fair people here. And based on what I'm expecting tonight, I think they're going to need all the praise they can get.
You know, for once, I'm not even going to blame Nickelodeon for this. See, I got a rant saved up after this episode.
You were warned. You've been warned, folks. Prepare.
The Matty and Mad. Matty wanna bitch.
And to answer your question, Kier Crystal, we're talking about the channel that airs Power Rangers. You know, I think that's something we can discuss. Something related to Power Rangers because of the channel it's on. I mean, we call it hashtag fuck the Nick channel all the time. I think we can be fair and give some praise to them when deserved. Anyway.
You were setting up something?
Yeah, I think it's time we get to the episode. Let's prepare for the pain. And if you guys wondering why I did my intro joke the way I did, the episode title should answer every question you have.
Hey, easy. I got the need for speed.
All right, so we've got our episodes loaded up here. Hopefully you guys got yours as well. Of course, let's just get this over with. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have your episode loaded up from whatever legal resources available to you. Cue Easy's laughter.
Tired to laugh.
I don't blame you, dude. Yeah, there you go. There, Matty's got you covered.
I got you, bud.
Yep. Anyway, let's get this party started. Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, episode 7. Oh. And we got a cheerful Mike at the last minute here.
What? What did he say now?
He just said, Matty, you have the need to not drive a bus under 50 miles an hour.
Now remember, man, you gotta keep this. You gotta keep up your speed and not let your speed get over 50 miles per hour. I believe it was called
the bus that wouldn't slow down.
And PS4 is being a dick. I'm gonna have to watch this on the laptop. Fuck my life.
You want us to wait for you then?
No, I like watching it on the big screen, but I guess I'm gonna have to do this now. So
I know how you feel. Until I had this 2 monitor setup, I used to hate having to shrink the screen down. Anyway,
there we go.
All right, let's do this. Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, episode 7, The Need for Speed. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Wait a minute. If this is called Need for Speed, where's that Snoop Dogg Jim Morrison remix song? Need for Speed 2, one of my favorite games. Shut up.
Nope. No shame.
Just glad it's not the live action Need for Speed starring Aaron Paul. Ugh.
Oh, Jesus.
Nobody needs that.
Ooh, speed record. Go, Speed Ranger.
Give it up for Sarah. She's the only person who's not using a hoverboard with wheels on it.
Yay. Wait. Trophy? Nuts.
You can already see where this is going.
Yeah, the only time you'll see a gun in Power Rangers.
Pretty much.
What's going on? Hey.
Interference!
Hey, this is a time trial, not a What?
And he just happens to walk out of the bushes. Whatever.
You can almost smell the bullshit.
Fuck that. You could almost smell the glory hog that is Hulk Hogan. I mean, Victor Vincent.
The faux Bulk Skull theme does not help. The undisputed champ, he's Brock Lesnar? I don't think so.
Hulk. Oh. Be glad this is not OSW, you. Save it for later, Matty. Save it for later. Damn it, I need an English translator. Where's Key and Peele?
Okay, time for one of the other legendary ninjas to easily get killed off. Who's up?
Yeah, that's what your leader said last episode. We all saw how that turned out. DL bot in the chat.
Also,
you made Sarah sad. Kill them now!
Yep.
Oh.
Let Easy
Wait
go.
about 20 minutes. Go ahead, Easy.
Anyway, whatever the new evil space ninja's name is, Cobra Commander called. He wants his voice back. If I had any lung power, I'd do the voice myself.
It's all right. I got your back.
You just worry about riffing what you can, my friend.
Teamwork, son. Teamwork. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Boy, I miss playing pool in my high school lunchroom. I don't think.
Yeah, right.
Did you guys ever have a pool table in your high school?
Nope.
I did, actually.
Oh, quit bragging.
It was an old busted one that we got for like $20.
Oh, God. Look at him laugh it up.
Hey, he's doing his WrestleMania 9 entrance, Matty.
Where's the smoke? Bud, gird your loins and might get him kicked.
Does the phrase "hell hath no fury" mean anything to you?
Wait, what? I'm telling him to protect his nuts. Fuck that. Hey, what's her name again? Sorry,
Sarah.
Fuck, I'm blinded with range. I'm forgetting names. Sarah, you can kick him in the balls repeatedly.
Wow, is this actually going to be a plot line that involves Victor and Monty to some extent? Like, gasp.
Last time we had that, it ended up very badly. Do we really want to try that again?
Hey, take what you can get. They're trying to give them some development, keyword being try. Huh! Listen, every day you see a pink hood ornament. Okay, show of hands. Who was expecting Sarah the Pink Ranger to imitate a hood ornament tonight on a hoverboard?
Whoa!
Hey, look, it's the Flying Ranger. Hey, whoa. God damn, clotheslined a monster out of thin air.
Look at that, an RKO in midair!
And they just ran into the monster. Whatever, series. Gosh, shut up. Oh, he's dabbing. Stop that.
No.
You know what's bad? When the monsters are ripping off so many bad puns that even the Rangers are telling them to shut up.
No, you don't. You don't got this.
Yeah, no. You're gonna die.
Right.
A lot.
Ninjas don't give up. Unless you count our Sentai counterparts who gave up instantly in the last episode.
And then the Japanese red dude pretty much hogged all the glory like he's Hulk Hogan.
Yep. All because he wouldn't kill his frigid, unloving grandfather. Hey, Matty, the gobbledygooker's been working out.
Oh God.
Fucking hey, man! Look at that. He's got Finn Balor abs.
Yep. I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book. What's with you, man? Come on.
Oh, boo!
Boo!
They
Finished him off.
They tripped me with an easily jump overable tripwire vine. Gotta go.
Oh, I had a feeling this was coming.
Yep, there it is. Christiani. Hate to see her leave. Love to watch her go.
Oh, she's wearing yoga pants. Yoga pants. I think that's my kryptonite.
Yeah, it's mine too, Jay.
Whoa! Mick, what's
Hey, nice speed star you got there. Be a shame if someone were to take it.
Bomb. But it's not the same.
No.
you can tell Mick knows she's up to something.
You're a terrible liar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the urge to kick a man in the nuts has driven her to soup up her hoverboard.
Okay, Matty, that's enough nut jokes, okay?
Okay,
I think
fair
you're getting
enough.
going a little overboard. Also, I question her scientific smarts by using something incredibly experimental to do something. She crossed that fine line between everyday scientist and mad science.
Well, okay, yeah, fair point.
Yep.
Also, forgive me if I'm a little if my anger is towards Victor and Mikey tonight has just crossed over to absolutely fucking livid.
You know, I'm seeing the moral of this plot, and I have to call BS because it contradicts the last plot these two that Sarah had back in regular Ninja Steel. Because, you know, the clone episode, she was so focused on spreading herself so thin that she needed to focus on one thing. Now she's focusing on one thing so much that she's kind of missing the point. Make up your mind, series!
Actually, I think the moral here is don't cheat.
Well, that's the obvious point.
Yeah.
What they're implying is she's so focused on the record that she's missing possible problems.
Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. Doesn't matter how you play the game, it's whether you win or lose, right, kiddies? Peter there's got to go hurry. He's got to go back and fix a shattered grid.
Mm-hmm. Yay! I cheated to win because the other idiot cheated to win. Yay! Oh, what? It's Victor Vincent. Am I wrong?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Sorry, I don't see your name on it anywhere.
And if you did, the nameplate's about to change.
You can just see the look on Mick's face as like, wow, you really feel proud of yourself for cheating like that, don't you?
You see Monty? Dude, you scream like a girl. I refuse to say anything till my lawyer is present. Here's an idea. Get the star away from him as far away as humanly effing possible.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., use that speed to get it away from the monster of the week.
But easy, that would be intelligent. That's obviously not what they're going for here.
Are you questioning Sarah as a scientist? Good, because I've been too this whole night. No, stop. Don't come back.
Ooh, nice shooting,
Oh!
Dex.
Ow!
Oh, ooh,
Ah!
Oh, wait. They're adapting this plot?
What?
They're adopting this plot from the Sentai. I remember this one. Oh, god damn it. What the fuck?
Ugh,
So
mind
they
like a
really
mule.
turned him into the Roadrunner then.
More like Wile E. Coyote when he took those speed pills.
Ooh.
Also, it's a good thing he had that helmet on, and good thing those helmets aren't paper thin, because, you know, that would kill a lesser man.
No kidding. With how deep that thing got embedded into his helmet? God damn.
Oh yeah, that would have turned into a Lenny with the quarter stuck in his forehead gimmick.
Cure Crystal, the less you remember, the better.
Wait, you don't remember this plot? Good. Trust us. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Admittedly, it's handled much funnier here than it was in Ninja.
Well, that's easy, not hard to
Fair being
do.
fair, yeah.
At least when I'm watching this scene here, I don't want to kill myself.
The only reason I
you
would is
know.
because it reminds me of where this came from. Oh my god.
Huh, you'd think this would easily be cured with magic, but you'd be wrong. Must have rolled a 20 in speed.
No, here's the problem. He rolled a 1 because it can't stop.
Ah,
Mhm. In this case, 1 is bad.
Give EC credit. I think he knows his D&D terms enough.
no, I think he overdid it with speed.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he rolled a 20 in speed. He rolled a 1 in stopping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the point.
And he's about to turn that into a natural 20 again. Okay, that was a 2.
Should we stop him, or nah, let's stand around joking. Shouldn't your
That's because
boots,
you did twice
Shouldn't your-
over.
shouldn't your boots be on fire? Shouldn't your legs be jello?
Shouldn't your boots be like
Frayed.
mud by now?
They're doing a running roll call.
They did that in the Sentai.
And of course, even though he's running at full speed, they have more than enough time for him to transform into Fire Lion Red. Or Lion
Yeah, there's stuff
Fire.
we don't see every day. You don't see a bird taking a dump at full speed.
Didn't know a bird could fill its pants.
It's about to.
Holy crap.
And there it is.
Maybe Wile E. Coyote should hire these guys to take out the Roadrunner.
Meep, meep.
And maybe finally take out Speedy Gonzalez while they're at it.
Andale. Yeehaw! Oh, hey! Levi's getting the sword this time.
Hey,
Wait.
yay.
Though I should think Sarah should get the sword, all things considered, but that's just me.
But did she earn it? This is a fucked up episode anyway.
No, you don't get the sword. You cheated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, if only we had a flying mecha. Wait, can't one of them turn into a dragon formation?
Oh, who remembers?
Oh, who remembers?
Instead, we'll just chase them with a giant flying tank.
Lions, known for their jet propulsion.
I do not want to know what that line had for lunch.
Woohoo, not Brody.
I'll take it.
Yep. Next victim.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you forget that you are holding all of them on the show? Why don't you just take them now? You're not even powering them up or anything. Just take them.
Yeah.
God.
Also, this totally counts as a.
Everybody got that? Good.
Well, at least Sarah's about to do the right thing. She's giving up the trophy.
Okay, where's the lie? And by that I mean Victor and Monty. Don't beat yourself up, sir. You could have used steroids like every other athlete. Oof, tough break. The last speed champion got busted on a possession charge.
Oh, God. Would that mean... Wait, it's not Victor or Vince. Yeah, it's not Victor. Wait a minute.
Ah, right on time.
Oh! And there's the bust.
Oh.
Urge to kill. Rising.
Matty, keep your finger on that hangover button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, who gets the trophy then? I guess nobody. You better run, squirrel.
Run, squirrel. Come on. Run, bitch. Run. Yeah, go for it. Everyone's good. Sarah. What are you doing? Even your posse's go for it.
Hey. That's a good lesson to go out on. They don't always win. I'm glad she didn't win by default, even though those are two of the best words in the English language. Default!
Default.
No, to be fair, they were telling her, you want to try for it again legitimately this time, instead of just giving it to her.
I'm glad they're doing it that way and not just handing over the trophy.
And from the looks of from the first scene, she had the record legitimately in a sense.
Yeah, and then Victor had to be a dick.
No, Victor just had to be. No, that's not fair. Victor just had to be Victor. That's unfair.
You know what?
Fair point, Easy. Fair point.
Unfair to dicks, yes, but I'm not gonna. Can I hit the freaking? Well, two things. There's a button we need to hit.
You were literally too stupid to insult.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And God damn it, yeah, soapbox time. All right. I know we got the thing about the episode. I got a vent. I have raged. I watched this episode earlier this afternoon on the phone on the way home. On the way here, I should say, on the way to work. And disclaimer, this has nothing to do with Caleb Bandit or Chris Reed. These two dudes, they coup. If nothing else, they're actually pretty decent actors in this series, all things considered. No, my beef and the center of my rage is the characters Victor Vincent and Monty. Because if this was OSW review, as I mentioned earlier in the riff, I'd have a C word for Victor, and it would end with, well, let's not go that far. Yet.
I believe it rhymes with punt.
Yes. And for those of you who are about to be offended, I apologize, but that's the perfect word, because Victor Vincent, most side character bullies have an arc and have, at very least at this point of the series, would have had an arc or something that would have them try to have a good bone in their body. The ego would have been in check by now. No, not Victor Vincent. I want my other trophy. I want my 50th trophy, brother. Yeah, you know what? Victor Vincent is Hulk Hogan. Not in-ring Hulk Hogan, backstage Hulk Hogan. Asshole Hulk Hogan. And Monty, you're Brutus Beefcake, a.k.a. his bitch.
Oh.
I hate, for the longest time, I was going to I'll forgive it. It's a side gag, whatever. But after seeing this episode, no. If the whole point was, hey, this is the opposite, that's fine. But most bullies have like a way to redeem themselves. We're like almost 3/4 of the way through. We have no progression other than he does something stupid, he gets his comeuppance. That's 80s shit. And not the good 80s shit. Even the good 80s shit had some good 80s in there. I hate Victor Vincent and I hate Monty. After this episode, I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done with those two. Fuck them.
Yeah, I think we're inclined to agree with you there, Matty. I mean, at this point, there's very little they can do to redeem these two characters, period. What can they do at this point? I mean, we've said this before. Think back to Dino Thunder. Cassidy and Devin. That's it. They were antagonistic. They were bullies. They were snobbish. But throughout the course of the series...
And like Victor and Monty, they will do everything in the book to get the leg up. But at the end of the series, when they have the scoop of the century saying, we have the identities of the Rangers, we have it on tape, they want... If Victor and Monty had that tape, they would have published that shit, made their millions of dollars, had a couple of trophies, and be like, life's easy.
Yeah, but
that's the difference.
To go one step further, it wasn't just the last episode. The reason why it made sense for them to change their mind at the end was because throughout the series, they had slowly begun working with the Dino Thunder Rangers and become friends. Kira even helping Cassidy get a job at one point. They worked together, so Cassidy had a camaraderie with the team, even if she didn't know who they really were. That's why it worked. That's why, you know, we didn't hate Cassidy. I mean, yeah, she was annoying, but we accepted her. We appreciated her for what she was, because she was just trying to make herself, get herself ahead in life, which is what everyone wants to do. But she wasn't willing to sacrifice her dignity and her integrity for the sake of a big scoop. But yeah, you're absolutely right. If with how they are right now, if Victor and Monty learned the identities of the Rangers and had proof, they'd be all over that shit in 2 seconds.
And that's my rant. Fuck them.
And the reason, and Maddie, I think I already know the reason why this particular episode was the straw that broke the camel's back. As DL Bot pointed out in the chat, the monster of the week, as big as the Galactic Ninjas were supposed to be, this one wasn't even the central point of the episode. It was an annoyance. It wasn't even a real threat at any point in this episode. It just got in the way. Victor was more of the antagonist than the monster.
Am I wrong, Easy? You're usually the guy that helps me out with this. How am I doing with this?
No. You've said everything that needs to be said. We're just going in circles here, basically.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, this was similar and yet contradictory to the same plot Sarah had back in the first half, when she had the clone episode. It was so similar. Speaking of running in circles, here we are. Same plot again. This is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. I mean, the ending was decent at best, but it definitely does not make up for this horse shit. Let's keep it simple. Bottom line for me, thumbs all the way fucking down.
I can't. Victor and Monty ruined that. Whatever good this episode may have had, Victor and Monty. Punt, replace the P with a C.
Yeah, I think JC Lexicon says it best. This episode says it needed speed, but what it needed was to stop.
Yeah. Well said, actually. Good one.
Yeah,
actually.
I like that. And Easy, I assume you agree?
Yep.
See, this episode was so bad it made Easy Rider sick. That's how bad it was. It was so bad even he can't talk.
Yep. So sick I couldn't even do a bullet point for it tonight, so don't ask.
Oh,
dude, no shame. We'll do it next week.
No shame.
Even this episode probably wasn't much to go over anyway.
No,
let's put it this way.
Right.
It ain't worth it.
This episode doesn't deserve the pleasure.
That hiatus can't get here fast enough.
That's just, well, it won't be here. It won't be it'll be around here soon. I think it's like after next week.
Yeah, next week is episode 8, which is the last one for the before hiatus. So yeah.
DL Bot, I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but you just admitted it. Guess what?
You know what, man? You just missed a prime opportunity to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Also,
DL, I love you. The riddles are one of the best parts of the show, but I cannot play favorites here. You admitted the truth, but I can't play favorites here. You were late. You missed the deadline. You're getting skipped tonight, dude.
you could. No, You don't need it. You didn't have the light. We would have. John said it. You would have let it. You would have let it be.
Yeah, I would have seen because
mouth.
I see the email was late. I would have said, you know what? Maybe he sent it at the last second. It just took a minute to get here. I would have given you the benefit of the doubt. But then you had to open your big mouth.
Yeah. In French, we would have sing it. J'arrête tu bête tu don't tu fermer ma granière. Translation: I should have cut my big mouth shut.
Yeah.
But it's song form. There's no true translation to that.
Speaking of, Matty, hit the button.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at rangerecap@gmail.com. The rules on the screen. That means only no news or full summaries, token questions only. No more than 2 to 3 questions per comment. No versus questions, 1 email per episode. Keep your comments as brief as possible, of course. All emails are due by the beginning of the episode, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Day of the episode, which next week, last one.
DL Bot, again,
Hey.
It's not about feeling guilty. At least you were honest, and we appreciate that. But again, I can't play favorites. If I did that, I had to do that for everybody.
Tell you what. Keep the same riddles you had from the last week. Copy paste them. Do your email for next week. We'll read it last no matter what. How's that? How's that for a deal?
Yeah, we can do that. All right.
Send it anytime. We'll read it last.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna make that a rule. If you doesn't matter, don't wait until the last minute to make sure your email's last. Send your email whenever you're ready, and we'll make sure it's the last on the list to make sure we can do this right. That way you don't have to wait and risk this.
Seems like a fair compromise to me.
Yeah. Anyway, Matty, since because of how this email works, I'm gonna let you start us off.
Adek Reitman begins us this week. Hey guys, Adek back at it again with the email of the episode. So let's jump to it. So it turns out we have another hiatus after episode 8. I may as well hit this. And he had warned us about. Oh, DL, don't leave us now. No, without at least acknowledging that this is cool. Aww.
Aw, walk away.
Even. Stick around. We like you.
And just after we had him on for frickin' cards last night too.
Yeah, JC's right. He'll be back.
Fine, go, drama queen.
Oh. Anyway, ADEX said it turns out we have another hiatus coming up, which is the impetus for hitting this little particular button.
Did you step outside for a second?
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
Yep. Oh, not like that. Ah, okay. You're scaring us, man.
He's like, all right, I'll stay.
Anyway, this episode of Power Rangers was just meh. It seems that we have another galactic ninja. Hey, someone kept it going. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we forgot to call them ninjas in the riff. How about that? We apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. On our hands, and I believe it is starting to become an arc. Plus, Sarah trying to break the hoverboard speed record. Yeah, it's almost like she's trying to break the sound barrier. Anyway, final analysis: 6 hoverboards out of 10. You are generous. Generous. Ninja Steel is starting to lose me. That's not so generous, though. Hope Beast Morphers does way better than this. That's it for me. See ya. Ninja vanish. Next up, hey, it's our buddy Zeltrax. How's the business going there, bud?
Yeah, he's apparently doing good. He already sent me something for a future Toku wrist, though probably not for one that's probably going to be a long ways away, but I'm sure both of you know what I'm referring to. Anyway, he starts off, insert whatever Top Gun joke you want here. 10 steps ahead of you, sir. As I recap, also insert whichever Fast and the Furious or Back to the Future 2 joke you want here. Anyway, number 1. again, Mika's best mentor. He knows that Sarah is using the Speed Star is the wrong thing to do, but Sarah was just caught up in beating Victor to just not give a shit. Hell, Mick's contempt face at her winning was so amazing. I may just meme that.
Do it.
You have our blessing. Meme the shit out of that. In fact, we can have a running gag out of that. The Mick face.
Yeah.
Someone make a meme out of that and send that to frickin' Kelson Henderson.
Do it. Also, hey, DL Bot, that's not a bad idea. Wait till the actual episode and then write your things in, put your emails in, bada bing, bada boom, done and done.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 2. I also commend Ninja Steel in using the Sentai footage in neat ways compared to the source material, i.e. Sarah shooting the Speed Star and knocking into Brody's head on accident, as opposed to Takaharu's own incompetence.
One of the actually good parts about it, the episode of how they handled that, actually.
Yeah, I think I said that. 3. I knew it! We're definitely in an arc with the Galactic Ninjas and their medallions. We just might have a good episode cliffhanger before the anniversary. And the hiatus. Rage Star activate in 3, 2, 1. All night, Nickelodeon, and your bullshit!
We just shit on this episode, and you guys are complaining about a hiatus.
Wow.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
Wow.
Not just us, but all of us. Not just
We're
us in the
fickle.
call,
We're
but-
fickle fans, Easy. You should know this by now.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 4. I get the feeling the next one might be a tad controversial, but hear me out. Maybe, perhaps, much like the new franchise logo, Noam Keneal is slightly acknowledging and respecting the past with the music homages. I still agree he needs new material or to get the boot, but it's something to think about in my opinion.
You know what? That's not a bad thought, though.
It is.
I think this kind of falls into the good effort, have some stake territory.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
I would say
he's trying, but the problem is just his sound just doesn't work. Like, true story. When I was a big follower of Channel Awesome back in the day, there was one artist that they loved to use the ever-loving shit out of for half their content, but yet whenever I heard it, I couldn't stand him. Sad Panda.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when it came to guitar work and instruments, he was great. But then he had to open his goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
His vocal, I mean, it's part of it's his accent. I won't deny that. And I'm not trying to insult the guy. I'm not trying to offend anybody. But I couldn't stand it. Like, and if you want a good example, go watch the epic confrontation Linkara does with Missing Number. That big, epic, sad moment where Sad Panda does a cover of Linkara's theme. I have to skip that part every time because I can't stand his voice in that song. And that's kind of how I feel. I'm starting to feel about Noam Keneal's music. Instrument-wise, he's not terrible, but his singing just, it just seems off. And I think that's the problem. He let him do the instruments, but get him some new vocalists. Get him a band to work with instead of just him being the main thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Anyway, back to Zeltrax here. Other than that, this episode honestly wasn't offensive or not even mildly terrible, at least to me. I give this episode a B+. Wow, you're fucking generous. Not bad, Ninja Steel. You're really honestly improving, unlike Nickelodeon with their bullshit hiatus. Ciao, muchachos. And that brings us to Red Rob.
Hey, recappers. Easy. Thanks for the compliments last episode about working my gimmick. Also, not ruin this for me, guys. Let's just let me enjoy my peace and quiet with no Victor and Monty on Power Rangers, because You guys jinxed it. You guys will you'll get a day from me, by the way. Also want to thank you guys for correcting me on my result of last week. You're welcome on that. Here's my result for Need for Speed. Top Gun Howl. Is that what it is?
I think so.
I need to rewatch.
Top Gun.
The rewatched it, but yeah. Easy. I hate it when you jinx it. Lol. I'm gonna say this. I guess the message is okay to even though Victor and Monty made a laugh out of me in the end. Everything is cool. I'll give this episode 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Whoa.
What? What?
And you get on my case.
Yeah. Like, what is it with you guys constantly? What do you guys see that we don't? Because we always seem to be on opposite ends of the rating spectrum. Whenever we hate an episode, you love it, or at least are cool with it. Whenever we like an episode, you guys seem to bash it to hell. Or even Bizarro World all of a sudden. What the fuck?
Also, you said you didn't want more Victor and Monty. Well, what the hell was this episode about?
No, he was saying last week he was appreciating having an episode without them, and he was like, I think you jinxed it last week.
Well, I'm paying the price for it. I feel like shit. Happy.
Yeah, I think karma's already kind of gotten easy on that one.
God, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. So see ya. There. That's it. Made a power protect you. So see ya. Next up, Solar Star.
Solar Star here, and I don't care how wealthy you are, the State Department will surely hold you for questioning for more than a week for being in a foreign country without proper documentation. Yeah, whatever happened with that?
Fuck yeah. How about that shit?
Victor and Monty's bank accounts must really be in the red, and yet they can afford more ludicrous inventions?
Where are they getting all this stuff?
Seriously?
Seriously?
I mean, I can get that with his pompous attitude and his look, that Victor probably does come from a wealthy family, but at what point do the parents cut him off?
Seriously, do they even look at his credit card statements? Every time I use my credit card a little bit too much, Dad is on my ass. Then again, half the time it's rightfully deserved, but we're going to sleep on the street in Dallas.
Yeah, but you're also not spending. You're spending our money on like toys and hotels and stuff for convention stuff, not a fucking hoverboard system, which probably costs thousands of dollars.
To bottom line you do it on stuff that you A, earned, or B, need.
Yeah.
This fucker's spending on petty egotistical bullshit.
Maybe, actually, and you can date me for this if you want to, but I'm starting to think that Victor Vince's need/want of the trophies is maybe a paradoxical thing where he's searching for his parents' approval. Or I'm probably just reading too much into this.
If this were a competent series, then yes, I think that would be a great storyline to go for. But this is Ninja Steel. How much you would have bet we're never going to find out why he's going for that 50s trophy aside from, I just want to prove I'm the best.
Yeah, that's true. But that would be a hell of a swerve, you gotta admit.
Oh, it would be.
That would. It would.
Anyway. Wheel morality, turn. Tell us the lesson the kiddies must learn. And the moral of today's story is, obsessions with winning is never good and can cause a strain in relationship with your friends. Character derailments are the worst thing to happen in any show. Anyway, this episode gets 1 hoverboard out of 5. These super
now we're talking.
Finally, someone agrees with us. These super seasons really are getting tiresome with typical morals they are pulling out of a hat. Making Rangers forsaking their principles even for 1 episode is even worse. I can't help but be concerned with Beast Morphers since they're still stuck with the Nick channel. And with the same writing team, Solar Star, might want to forget that little factoid.
Yeah, also, I think you need to hit this button.
-5 stars.
Yeah, that felt good.
And his question, though, I don't know if this is a serious one. How do you think Victor and Monty's interrogation with the State Department went?
Did you watch this week's episode?
My guess is money changed hands.
I don't know, but I wish we could have seen it. It would have been funny.
Anyway, that's it for Slow Start. Next up is Ranger fan Nathan.
Hey guys, hope your week has been going good. Bit of column A, bit of column B, I think is fair assessment, I think. Yeah. So I think I'm done scoring episodes, maybe because I feel we are starting to get some episodes that are repeating the plots of some of the episodes we got into the first half of Ninja Steel. I feel that this episode was the same as the episode where Sarah cloned herself multiple times.
See,
honestly,
that's me.
Honestly, I don't even think they are trying anymore with Victor and Monty. I'm sure not.
That's to imply that they were trying to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh. Not sure what I'm the only one who thought that was obvious they cheated from the start. Yeah.
I think all of us caught that pretty quickly.
Yep. I had something in my head, but I lost it. Sorry about that. I will say I enjoy hearing the remixes of the OLM NPR music in the fight scenes. Pretty sure that they're doing it because of the 25th anniversary. I do hope that these episodes start to get more interesting soon.
Spoiler alert, wouldn't count on it.
Don't hold your breath.
It's good to dream. Questions. Lately, I've been reading some posts people have been making in some of the fan groups I'm in. I want to respond, but the posts to the post, but I stop myself because I tell myself I better not. Has this happened to you guys?
More than you could ever know.
Oh.
You know the old term, don't kick a hornet's nest?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is very risky to respond to a post that you disagree with because maybe you'll get lucky and maybe someone will be like, oh, I know that's a good point. But more often than not, people are like, no, you're wrong and you're a loser.
They will attack you for having an opinion.
That's why we don't welcome those people here on our channels. We're allowed to have an opinion, even if you disagree with us. We may rib you for it, but, you know, we're not going to insult you for it. We're not going to call you a loser. We're going to say, okay, that's your opinion.
We don't agree with the words you say, but we'll defend to the death your right to say it.
There you go.
Number 2, how do you think they were able to get the Starship Troopers trooper outfits for the Lost Galaxy? They must have been really confident kids with no idea what the movie was.
Oh, are you kidding me? Do you know how often props are reused in Hollywood? It's not even funny.
Yeah, hell, the Time Force car that they use in 3001 is the Banshee that they used in Knight Rider 2000.
Yeah.
Another little piece of trivia there for you. So yeah, Power Rangers is no stranger reusing props.
Hell, they reused props in their own show. You remember Zane's silver buggy from The End of In Space? That later got reused as Vipra's car in Lightspeed Rescue.
Oh yeah, the Vipari. I remember that.
Yeah.
And hell, the place they used the command center for in Needles, California, same place Kirk fought the Gorn. So you know they've used same places out in the desert too. Hell, what do you think Edenoy was? It was the desert outside Needles, California, just with a red filter.
Pretty much. Heck, I'll do you one better. It's a common fact that there's a certain newspaper that's been used in numerous movies in Hollywood. Go look it up. Same exact newspaper, same headline, same everything. They just kept reusing it.
Yeah.
So it's really not that surprising.
Anyway, that's it for me, guys. He throws up a peace sign, says peace. Next up, Short but sweet. Jonathan Johnson's next.
Yeah, simple. 5 out of 10. Though he does have a question for us. Did you know that Masaya Matsukage, aka Mega Blue, played Zoisite in Sailor Moon Crystal and Morty from the Pokemon series?
I knew about the first one, not the other one.
Then again, we don't really watch much Pokemon these days, so that's understandable.
Yep.
Still very nice. Also, I think he meant to say 0.5 out of 10.
Well, that's
05.
Yeah, he might as well. You never know. Some people do that way.
Oh.
That's up to Jonathan Johnson.
Who knows?
I think he's in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've seen her though. I've seen him. Yeah.
Well, speaking of hers, we have a girl up next. We got Ultimate Nerd next up.
I love my Freudian slips. I'm telling you. Hey guys, it's Ultimate Nerd again. You guys like my last email, which by the way, thank you. That felt really good to hear you guys answer my questions. It was nice hearing you guys like what I said today or yesterday, I guess, last week, I guess. Sorry, this email is a bit last minute, but this week has been a crazy week, and I've been sick with a terrible migraines and headaches. They suck, but thankfully I feel better.
Meanwhile, she sent this last night and even messaged me to apologize. And when I was like, you realize you weren't late at all.
I'll tell you, it's that daylight savings time. It's screwing up everybody.
No kidding.
Also, right there with you, honey. I think I have the same thing you do.
So this episode, that's not much I could say, but dumb. This episode is dumb. The plot is dumb. The whole hoverboard thing is dumb. Levi using the cannon, not dumb. I like that, though. It would have been more fitting to see if we saw him back in the actual Levi Focus episode. And Sarah using it in this one. I'm not giving it 2.5 shurikens out of 10. I think you meant to say you're giving it, but whatever. It's good. Now something that won't make my head worse. The questions. One, do you guys think that they'll keep or at least acknowledge the spy theme for Beast Morphers, or do you think it's not likely?
Tough call.
Yeah, it is. Like, given the theme, given the overall motif of the suits, unlike the whole Gokaiger argument, this one, I don't know. Like, I guess with the gadgets, you could technically make it work, but will they actually go that far? I don't know. They don't have to stick to the motif as much, as given that it's animal mostly for the overall look.
It's a tough call. It's a tough call.
I think they could pull an RPM here and take a few creative liberties, because if you know anything about Go Onger, which is getting a 10-year movie, by the way, yay!
Yay!
Yeah, Go Onger was definitely car themed, but RPM, it took several creative liberties and wasn't necessarily car based. I mean, cars were there, but we had a few car aficionados like Scott and Dylan. But again, it wasn't all about cars and shit like that. And of course, that tacked on pollution message. Thank you very much, Go Onger.
Though they did kind of play up that in one episode, if I recall.
Well, it's a nuclear effing apocalypse. I mean, where do you go after that?
Fair point.
Anyway, this next one's probably a bit too obvious, and you guys have it pretty tough here on some of this stuff before. But I'd still like to know what you guys think of someone who likes to write fanfics and wonder how things could have gone. Ninja Steel has a boatload of problems, but how would you guys have made it if it was up to you to direct the season?
Oh boy! Okay.
Well, I'll tell you the first thing I'd do. Give Victor and Monty an arc and stop being freaking obvious with the bullshit.
Yeah, I think we both could. I think all three of us can agree on that wholeheartedly.
I've been saying this since episode 1. I want Victor and Monty to get together.
Yes.
It's not just because they hang out together. It's not just because they're two guys. It's not gay for two guys to hang out, but it just seems like, well, back in my day, jocks and nerds seldom, if ever, were friends. And I think they could confide each other. I think that's I think that's the whole thing.
A whole subplot of Victor standing up for Monty. Would have been a perfect way to settle that friendship.
Show that, he's a jock, and he's in it for himself, but he actually gives a shit about the guy who's basically been sucking his dick for the entire
simple way to, let's establish a loyalty with Monty here. Instead of him looking like he's about to suck his what.
Yeah. And not just acting like his slave, which is what they've seen Monty do, be pretty much Victor is to Victor's half the time.
Hell, go so far as to even establish why he's like this. Why is he so loyal to Victor? Show that, Victor did something for him back before the series started, to show that, hey, that's why I worship this guy, because he's, he did something very big for me. Saved my life, even.
Yeah. Other than that, a couple other things I would change, like, actually, like the thing I brought up before, that Victor is seeking this glory because, his parents don't accept him. Another thing I'd go back to.
Yeah.
What are your favorite Toku shows aside from the main series, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Metal Heroes, or Super Sentai?
That's a short list.
Aside?
Aside from those, Garo's right off the top of the list, I think, without question.
One I think gets overlooked a lot. One I actually reviewed a long time ago, Ryu Kendo.
And, I'll say it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. It's bad. It has not aged well, but it is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'll straight up admit it.
Sadly, I haven't watched much outside of the big four, so I really couldn't answer that, to be honest. Though I have been curious about a few shows here and there.
Thanks once again for answering my questions and liking what I have to say. But as you guys rock, see you again later. Next up, it's Guts, everybody.
Monty deserves that trophy more than Sarah for engineering. Just one more awful joke on the pile that is this show. Anyway, and actually, Jonathan Johnson finally did respond. It was indeed 0.5 out of 10.
All right.
Good.
Then we wholeheartedly agree with your rating there, sir.
Oh, without question.
Anyway, questions from Guts. Number 1. In August, Kamen Rider Build was said to be bringing back classic Showa themes and ideas. How well do you think they are doing, and what is your favorite revived theme?
Call me crazy. I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of questioning that myself. Like,
if they are, they're very well hidden because I'm not seeing shit.
Yeah, subtle. This one's subtle, and I don't mean that jokingly. I literally couldn't see it.
Unless you're counting the whole Rider revive through science sort of thing, kind of like Takashi Hongo being cybernetically, upgraded and becoming a hero. Other than that, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I guess I get a sense for it, but I'm not. I can't even say that.
Anyway, number 2, favorite sound effect in Super Sentai.
Ooh.
Where did you people come up with these questions?
Sound effects? I got nothing. I mean, not one really stands out from any of the others.
Yeah, I hate to say it. You got to really think these questions out a little bit and think, how would anyone actually answer that?
Or, maybe rephrase them to make sense.
Especially since many Sentai shows have so many distinct sound effects. I can't really choose just one without picking a show in general, so I'm abstaining from that question.
Yeah.
I think we all are on this one.
Anyway. And number 3, you 3 have a plan for 17 days in the future, right? I have high expectations.
Sure.
You know what day he's referring to, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, if we were still doing, like, well, technically Easy does have a plan coming up, but that's a whole other story. But as far as me and Matty go, we don't really do videos, so what would we do on that day?
I still got nothing. What do you mean?
17 days from now is the beginning of the next month.
Oh, well, I did have something planned, but now since I'm bedridden, sort of, those plans might be scrapped.
Aww.
Hey, shit happens. I didn't plan to get sick.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was just gonna go, hey, kayfabe, dude.
But, though truth be told, that day does fall on a Sunday. But
if we could still show videos if we could still show videos, you know, the way God intended for us to, then we probably would pull off a joke.
yeah, that's true. So sorry to disappoint you, Guts, but don't count on that happening.
Besides, even if we did have a plan, you think we'd tell you?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for Guts. Next up is Keith.
Hey guys, once again, I have a little to say on the episode this week, so I'm going to give you some of my unpopular opinions of the franchise, if you will allow me. Operation Overdrive, I admit that I liked it when back during his run, but looking back, I admit that it's shit. Though over the years, since its release, it's more upon reflection. I eventually came to the opinion that, to me, this season is shit, but I don't hate it mainly for these reasons. First reason being is that we all have that one thing we admit is bad, but we don't really hate it. Second reason is that I thought of an ongoing narrative format that would be done better than in RPM, showing that this format did help inspire a better season. And the third being that there are a few moments and small pieces of music where I say to myself, this moment / piece of music deserves a better season. Which is not something I could say for the Samurai Megaforce seasons.
You know what? That is an honestly fair opinion. I honestly have no complaints about that. You acknowledge its failings, but there are things about Overdrive that could have worked if done right and had potential. Those three are very much so. Yeah, those two, especially those last 2 points, are very much so. The ongoing narrative thing was an experiment. It just failed miserably because they had the wrong kind of story and characters. But they tested the waters with it and saw the potential for it and proved it a little bit with Jungle Fury, despite it not working as well either. But then found the winning formula when RPM came around. And then the music, yeah, there were some decent music pieces in there. Theme song notwithstanding. Notwithstanding.
I was gonna say, I agree with you up till the theme music.
Yeah, no.
I will take the background music in Overdrive over Gnome Keneal stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the point we're trying to make here. The insert songs and theme and background music are great. Theme song can go sit and die in a fucking fire for all I care.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
JDF, while I like making fun of Jason David Frank as much as everyone else, I will admit that his rockstar ego doesn't annoy me too much due to the fact that people like Axl Rose and Kanye West have much larger egos than him. To be fair, he's got a point there.
Yeah.
And like Samuel Bent, at least he's not an awful person when it comes to kids.
No argument.
Well, you say that.
Oh, no. I think he's got a point there. I mean, JDF, for as much as we have ragged on him over the years, has never stolen from sick kids.
No, I wasn't talking about JDF. I was talking about Samuel Benta.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the point he's making. Like, unlike Samuel Benta, JDF's never been an awful person when it comes to kids.
Fair enough.
This one's not defending Samuel Benta. He's saying JDF is better than Samuel Benta.
I misheard.
No, trust me. He's on the right side of this argument. Keith's saying that JDF is better than Samuel Benta because at least JDF has never stolen from sick kids. And we will never disagree with that. JDF may have his ego, and yes, he certainly does one, especially after a recent tweet that came out this week. We won't get into it. But at least when it comes to his younger fans, and even some of his older ones, he's not a complete dick.
Yeah, but there are still a few things I cannot forgive him for, so I agree with that partially. But
oh yeah, no, I'm with you on there. I'm with you on that, AZ. I'm not gonna say
he can still be a dick at some panels. Like I've heard some stories at Morphicon. I won't repeat them here because confidentiality, but I've heard things.
Yeah.
Anyway, question for all: if you were to give a second chance to a bad character from any Power Rangers or Sentai season, who would you give it to?
A second chance to a bad character from any Rangers or Sentai season. Ooh. That's actually a pretty thought-provoking question. Like, who's that one character that we honestly...
Technically, I've already given second chances to both these guys. I mean, to quote George Carlin, they do get better. And I think you know who I'm talking about, a couple Green Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. I've said this in my reviews, and I'm going to say it again. Bridge and Ziggy annoyed the ever-loving shit out of me when I first saw them. I mean, I was literally screaming at the TV, shut the fuck up, you two. Well, different shows, but, you know.
Yeah.
I was pretty much pulling a Jericho whenever they would go on one of their long talks. But, again, they get better.
Yeah.
And they're nice guys in real life, especially Matt Austin, who's really vocal with the fandom, and I give him all the credit in the world. Still pissed that I missed out on interviewing him many times.
It happens.
I don't want to bury the hatchet.
And you know what? I'll throw out another one. I'll throw out another, since we brought up RPM, Gem and Gemma. I mean, yeah, they're annoying as shit, but they also get better, especially when they work solo. When you split them up, they actually end up being pretty good characters overall, and plus they have a good story to them.
I agree. Split them apart, they're great people, but together, just, oh my God, Chris Jericho. Don't hit the button,
please
Matty.
shut the hell up.
Oh, I'm not gonna hit the button. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we don't need to.
So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why we like RPM so much is that those characters, annoying as they are, have more to them than just that one trope.
Honestly, the only one that I could think of is Lucky. Because for all his faults, and he's got a shitload of them, we've said this in our review a few weeks ago, like our final thoughts a few weeks ago. This guy gives a shit.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that if a more competent writer would have been handling this episode, Lucky would have been handled a lot more better than he did with what we got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, I don't disagree with you. That makes sense.
I don't like him, but I respect him.
Yeah.
I think if it was handled different, if the show was handled differently, we'd have different opinions. So yeah, if you want to talk about
I'll come right out and say it. I'm excited for Space Squad when they come back with Gavon. That's going to be a cool team up.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it for Keith. Next up, Dynamic Revolution.
We've got a short one, just a simple question, and it's actually meant for involving us instead of inventing Power Rangers, but it's related enough that it counts. I know you guys are interested in making Toku Minutemen t-shirts, but have you ever got the idea to make a hashtag Fuck the Nick Channel t-shirt?
I think we'd get in trouble for that.
Actually, as long as we don't use the logo, we could probably pull it off.
You know, hashtag FTN with an orange N, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, or we could even put Fuck the Nick Channel if we really wanted to go there. Again, as long as we don't put the word Nickelodeon, you know, we could get away with that.
All right, but when the lawyers come for us, I'm going to say it's your idea.
The worst they're going to do is send us a cease and desist and we pull the shirts. What the fuck?
And then we make a cease and desist shirt, right, Matty?
Exactly. See? It all works out in the end. And of course, we put one of the words in orange just to stick it to him.
Yeah.
See? You can't lose. Can't lose. We'll talk to Seraph about that.
Oh yeah, definitely do it. Hashtag FDN with an orange N.
And we were just complimenting Nickelodeon. My God, we are fickle.
We are, wow.
Well, considering that it's most likely Nickelodeon's fault that we got Victor and Monty, I think we still have reason to keep doing that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that's it for Dynamic Revolution. Next up, Matty, you got LPH.
Need for Speed. So this episode is suck.
Also, gotta love his subject line. I'm more of a burnout guy.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. I'm with you there.
Good call.
Burnout's good. Burnout is good. Number 1, 50 trophy arc. I hate it, and the only trophy you'll get for being an ass kissing.
I think you meant ass kisser there at LPH.
And yes, it's 2018, and we still don't have no hoverboard. But how was the last hoverboard champion?
You know, that's a good question. I get what he's asking. Like, who was the last hoverboard champion? If this is a new record, and how did they get it? That's a very good question.
Marty McFly. Griff Tannen.
Yeah.
The little girl who got the pit bull after Griff Tannen crashed into the clock tower. I don't know. Hey, this is past 2015, so
Very true.
maybe it was Marty McFly. Maybe it was Marty McFly Jr.
Hey,
Maybe instead of being a giant puss, maybe he actually
balls
was
of
just
steel.
Maybe he was actually good with a hoverboard instead of being a giant puss in the cafe.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. And finally, I got nothing. Gato's not here. Sorry, I just get the feeling you were writing this like you were Kazuchika out of there, LPH, which is not a bad thing. So this is episode 2 out of 10, and hashtag fuck Moolah, hashtag save it for the WrestleCast.
Ouch.
Well,
Then again, given what the news I saw today, I think JoJo actually called that Monday.
I think you know what? Fuck. Yeah, this is context is for Monday night Skype call, but yeah, she called it.
Yeah, well,
as soon as the news started, because the news started coming out literally more, news about Fabulous Moolah's misdeeds
or checkered past. Let's put it like that.
Started as soon as the announcement for that particular battle royal happened, and Jody called it. Yeah.
Yeah,
she called it right then and there when the tweets started. Hashtag save it for the WrestleCast, but I think this needs to be sent. This needs to be said. Anyway, that's it for LPH. Last up is Senshi X.
Senshi X up next here, or up last year. Did anyone else ever notice that Vrock and Vikar left behind corpses instead of dying? Anyone? I honestly don't remember that, but yeah. Anyway, I thought episode 6 was neat. I liked it. It said episode 6, not 7. Anyway,
I was gonna say
the plot about not jumping to conclusions was well presented, and it was new for the show to tackle a relationship problem like that. A little weird that Preston and Haley were so secretive, but I don't think it hurts the episode all that much. I also like the Galactic Ninja arc where the monster doesn't straight up die and Otis collecting the medallions. They're actually building a story. It's like this is a TV show or something.
No.
Nah, you don't think.
No. Credit to the writers on this one. 7 out of 10. This week's episode was not as impressive as the last. The Galactic Ninja plot is still cool, but everything else just felt really broken. Everyone at the beginning says Sarah may be taking the record too seriously when they see her wings, but that's just pure innovation and technique right there. That's how these things are done. So the moral is don't go the easy way. Fine, good message. But it's not the one that works best, and it just kind of happens at the end. A better moral would be don't mess around with things you don't know, as they can be dangerous. But of course, everything worked out fine. Her board didn't explode, so whatever, I guess. Also, trophy or not, she is still the record holder in the end. That is in the books as the official records. No backing out after that's recorded. Easy way or not. Seriously.
Hey, got a point.
Seriously, why didn't Vrak and Vicar explode? Please explain. 2 out of 10.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're getting at there. Anyway, Matty, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's this is gonna feel weird not hitting the trivia button, but sorry, DL. It's okay. You'll get the thing, Lee. You'll get it next week for sure. We'll guarantee it.
And I'm sure you'll brag about it when you get it. Sorry.
Those are your emails and comments of the week. You get sent them at rangerrecap@gmail.com. John, send us home, will you please?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir. Yep. Rules on the screen, folks. Opinions only. No news or full summaries. Toku questions only. No more than 2 to 3 questions per comment. No versus questions. 1 email per episode. Keep your comments as brief as possible. And all emails are due by the start of the live episode at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm sure some of you are asking, what about that whole comment form thing? Well, feedback for it here on the recap was mixed at best, so unless you guys really want to change my mind, I don't think we're going to be doing that. Because you guys didn't seem to be as well received for that, and I'm not going to push something that you guys don't want. Anyway, that is going to do it for us here tonight here on the Ranger Recap. Let's talk about what's happening the rest of this week here on RVTV. Tomorrow night, it's the WrestleCast. Join Matty along with TWK as they talk about the wrestling news of the week, their review of WWE Fastlane, and of course your emails and comments of the week. So join them for that tomorrow at 10. Saturday, it's the Helmsman with Tony Helms and the gang, playing more games online with you. Now, it would also normally be Anime Mavericks podcast, but I'm not going to be home this Saturday because I'm heading out to the Bay Area Renaissance Festival, and we're doing some other stuff after that, so I'm not going to be home by until real late Saturday. So we've talked with the crew, and we're pushing it back a week. We'll have it next Saturday. Nonetheless, Sunday, what we will have is Tokurist Live. Join the 3 of us along with Spade Ace as we check out the next episodes of Build, Lupin Ranger versus Patzo Ranger, Gavon, and Hurricaneger, and of course your Toku memes. All of that and more happening Sunday at 7. Monday, it's the Shades Plays. Join me over on my channels. I play something for you guys. Don't know what I'm doing just yet now that we finished up Illusion of Gaia, finally. But I'll have something planned for you, so join me for that Monday at 8. Tuesday, it's Rift Down with TWK and the crew, checking out the latest SmackDown and providing their randomness like they always do. So be sure to join them for that Tuesday at 8. Wednesday, Monk Minis. We couldn't pull it off this last week because my wife decided to sleep in, which, by the way, she's doing right now. She did it again tonight.
Aww.
Yeah. Stayed up too late. Just went to bed a little while before the show. But nonetheless, if all goes well, we should be getting our Age of Rebellion Star Wars tabletop action happening Wednesday at 9. And of course, next Thursday, join us for the next edition and probably the last one before the hiatus for a recap. Join the 3 of us as we check out the last episode of Super Ninja Steel before the hiatus begins. And of course, your emails and comments as well. So join us for that next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, live here on RVTV. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you follow us over on our Twitch channels. We are making the transition. Remember, folks, I see a lot of you still on YouTube. I must stress this, by the end of the month, we will not be on YouTube, at least not live. Please make the switch now while you can. Just make sure you work out whatever kinks you need and be ready for the switch. And
it's a simple setup.
Yeah. And of course, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe if you can, so you can get access to our exclusive Twitch emotes and our VIP Discord channels. You saw what happened last night. If you were here, get some exclusive goodies if you can, so be sure to join up while you can. In the meantime, Easy, I assume you don't have any jokes given your health.
I can manage a couple.
All right, send us home, brother.
All right, we'll take that.
I have a couple speeding jokes.
All right.
All right. Did you guys hear the one about the Texas highway patrolman who stopped this lady? He walked up to her, flipped open his book to give her a speeding ticket. It's like, do you know why I'm giving you a ticket, madam? And she says, you're going to invite me to the policeman's ball. And he says, ma'am, Texas cops don't have any balls. She waits for a second. He grins. He flips up his book, walks back into his car, and drives off.
I've heard that one before, but it's always funny.
You guys hear the one about? Did you hear the one about the guy who was swerving all over the road, doing 80 miles an hour, swerving, zigzagging all over the road? Cops pulled him over. He says, "Sir, do you know how fast you were going and how reckless you were driving? I'm going to need you to breathe into this." He said, "I can't because I'm asthmatic and I can't breathe into that hard enough or I'll die." It's like, okay, well, I'm going to need a blood sample from you. He said, "I can't do that either. I'm hemophiliac and I can't do that." Well, okay, then I'll need you to come out here and walk this straight line. He says, "I can't do that either, sir." And he says, "Why not?" "Because I'm drunk."
No.
Did you guys hear the one about the Pope who needed a ride back to the airport or he would miss his flight back to Rome? So he hails down this one taxi driver, and the driver's doing best as he can, but he gets into a traffic jam on the bridge. Pope says, "You need to get me to the airport now or I'm going to miss my flight." It's like, "I'm doing the best I can, Your Holiness." The Pope says, "Look, if you let me drive, I'll get us there." And the guy says, "Okay." He crawls into the back. Pope gets into the driver's seat, and the Pope takes off at 90 miles per hour. He's weaving through traffic lights and corners and everything. He's driving like out of an action movie. A cop pulls him over. Actually, a couple of cops pull him over. Guy looks into the driver's seat and sees who it is. He goes and calls his sergeant. Says, "Sir, I think we're gonna need some help here. I just pulled over this guy, and he looks pretty important to me." He's like, "Who is it? Is it the mayor?" It's like, "No, I think he's more important than that, sir." "It's the governor, then." "No, I think he's more important than that, sir." "The president?" "Nope, I think he's even more important than that." "Well, then who the hell did you pull over?" He says, "I don't know, but the Pope is his driver." I'm Easy Rider, reminding you that the fan sub will never die. We are your Ranger Recappers. We will see you next week. And as always, don't forget to control the Ranger population, steal your ninjas as soon as possible. And as always, may the power protect you. We'll see you.
Special thanks to Eric Vaughn and Cure You Crimson for their Patreon donations. Donate today so you can keep these streams going. Also, thanks to Easy's patrons, including Chris Lee, Chris Frolls, Michael Antignano, Stephen Harris, Galen Hanna, Alonzo Tompkins, Anthony Guidman, Matthew Goling Long, Dino, and super shout out to Eric Vaughn and Shane Thompson for their support.
That's a new world record! He beat the old record by a full 10 seconds!